This video is brought to you by Roborock.
Oh, this is thick.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like you? I'm not even gonna try to explain what I had to do today to get a hold of these in time for an evening unboxing and to get ahead on my content. Long story short, I ordered 2 MacBooks. They were going to be delivered to my house in another city, my parents' house. And when I checked the UPS or whatever tracking information, they were going to arrive by 6. And I said, no, ma'am. And I checked my local Apple store, and to my surprise, they actually had the 16-inch variant that I wanted, a spec'd out one, and also they had a mid-tier 14-inch in stock. So I have ordered the baseline 14-inch, I have the mid-tier 14-inch, I have the high-end stock 16-inch, and the highest end-ish 16-inch right here. So I am unboxing MacBooks that I did not expect to today, but nonetheless, I have both variants here, and I am alive, and I am well. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this moment here, but let's jump into the unboxing. I'm not even gonna waste any time here. Let's first open up the 14-inch here. I'm gonna try to get this on camera. That would be nice. I might just end up uploading this in 16:9 just so that I get everything in the frame. But here we are. Oh my God. So much driving, so much just phone calls and stuff. Christopher Lawley, shout out to him for helping me figure all of this out. Even though he's an iPad guy, you know, we still know Apple products. I did not know that this was a thing. You see this right here? Let me, there's like MacBook Pro on the back. That's so cool. Let me get it on this angle of the camera here. Do you see that, folks? MacBook Pro. That's pretty bougie. Very nice. This is giving me old MacBook vibes for sure. I wasn't around or cognizant enough to remember these back in the day, but I do collect old Apple products, and I do agree, this kind of gives me PowerBook vibes. And let's open this up here. Here it is, very, very nice. Ooh, it's already powering on. Adjusting the frame. I had this set up in like literally 20 seconds, and yeah, I've just been running around my apartment. Here we go. Hello. Hello. This is sexy. And you know what? I actually saw these in the store when I was picking this up, and I'm not gonna lie, I like both the 16-inch and the 14-inch. I thought I was gonna keep one, but I might end up keeping both, simply because the M1 Pro variants are different enough from the M1 Max 16-inch variants. And you know what, actually, just before I set this up here, because I'm gonna set these up in a minute, I'm going to look through the packaging here. I am so scrambled, guys. I have been in 2 cities, I have been in 3 phone calls, and I have lost or spent a lot of money I didn't expect to today, but all for good reason for this channel here. We have our paperwork. Here we are, taking it out of the box here. We have some literature pertaining to the product, as Detroit Borg would say. What else we got in here? We got Apple stickers, black Apple stickers. Very, very nice. We also get a very nice braided cable here, as you can see. Sort of similar to the iMac, and it's MagSafe. MagSafe is back, I just remembered that, oh my God. And we get a 96-watt charging cable brick. This is a brick. 96 watt, yes indeed. Okay, now let's just frantically put everything back into the box here. Here is the 16-inch. Wonderful. Let's take the wax paper off here. Same story. This is going to be my main editing machine, even though I like the 14-inch a lot, and I'm probably going to keep one. This is the big boy. This is the spec'd out monster that I got, and I'm so excited to have something that's sort of comparable, if not, I mean, obviously better than the iMac 5K that I had, which I sold, had an i9 and like a Vega 48 GPU in there, hoping that the M1 Max, the 32-core GPU will be better than that. So I would think so, especially with 64 gigs of RAM available. We got paperwork, we got the braided MagSafe cable, all that good stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this back in the box. And as the title of this video says, these boys thick. And I love it. I am totally here for it. I wish that this is, I can't get the wax paper off. This is what the MacBooks should have looked like in 2016, but unfortunately, Johnny Ive got in the way. That is my sort of theory, that he wanted something thinner and lighter, and of course at a time when the chips weren't really ready for that. So here we have both the 14-inch and the 16-inch. I'm trying to stay out of the frame here by leaning back, so if I'm like this, that's why. And yeah, these are beautiful. Honest to God, just no words. Like I could not be happier with the way these look. The notch is an interesting thing. That's the one caveat. That's the one thing that we were all kind of like, during the keynote. But I mean, there had to be some kind of compromise for this just level of design. No one's calling me. Yeah, these look fantastic, especially in the space gray. The black keyboard here, just the fully black rectangle that you get here looks so nice. Touch ID is now a solid circle rather than just a little square. Feels really bougie. Let's actually set these up here. I will be right back. Oh, actually, scratch that. I'm first experiencing 120 hertz here, scrolling through the select your country or region. That is hella nice. No cap, no fax, no printer.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn it on and set it.
I didn't ask you, girl. I did. I want to eat. I'm not eating. I got Chipotle. I haven't eaten it yet. I got brisket tacos, and literally once I'm done shooting this, I'm gonna start editing and shoveling food into my face. So can we please hurry up, guys? I believe in you. I believe in you. I do. Well, I guess while these are being set up here, yes, as I have probably already said, these laptops are thick, and I love it. It's fine. Like, Apple has now realized that people do not care if it is slim and light. The people who care about performance, they will endure a brick. And these are not bricks by any means. These are not like 1 inch thick or anything. But they are definitely beefier. They definitely look stronger. Like, just like if you were to like personify them, they look stronger than the previous gen ones, and I love it. And also too, like I said, these really do remind me of the titanium PowerBooks in the best way possible. Those laptops are iconic, and the fact that we're seeing a sort of modern and retro kind of twist on these is just phenomenal. So I'm gonna continue here. Once again, this video is brought to you by Roborock and their H7 vacuum. Robot vacuums are cool and all, but sometimes you gotta just pull out the big guns and clean up a mess manually. The H7 is that kind of equipment. It feels super premium with metal construction, but it also manages to be really lightweight as well, letting you whip it around hardwood and carpet with ease. Roborock also includes a wall-mountable base that charges the vacuum when not in use, which I also find pretty dope. They also have a built-in child lock that prevents accidental use by children and pets. Most importantly though, it offers extreme suction and deep cleaning fairly quietly with noise dampening, and runs for up to 90 minutes when put into eco mode, and recharges in just 2.5 hours. The vacuum also features a trigger lock feature for long cleans, a built-in OLED display for referencing battery life and mode, a 5-layer filtration system with a HEPA filter, and finally a large capacity 500ml dustbin, which requires much less frequent emptying. They also include a ton of attachments, including a multi-surface brush, which I mainly use to clean my floors. Best of all, the front and rear filters, as well as the Cyclone and Dustbin, are washable, which increases the product's lifespan. Roborock sells these bad boys on Amazon and Walmart, so I'll leave a link in the video description if you're interested in picking one up. And yes, here we are. These give me Dell XPS 15 and 13 vibes in the best way. Those laptops have always looked really sexy, but the fact that, now like something like this runs Mac OS, and not only that, on a chip or chips that are just really, really competitive, very power efficient and powerful, I swear to God, like Luke Miani's reaction about these laptops was no joke. Like, tech YouTubers, I mean, I know we're biased and we're all in our own hardware heads here, but these are really, really exciting. And as I said earlier, we have a 16 gig mid-tier M1 Pro model on the left here, the 10-core one. I also have an 8-core one coming, which I'm gonna test. And we have a maxed out 64 gig M1 Max variant of the 16-inch over here. Most people do not need this. I repeat, most people do not need 64 gigs of RAM in the M1 Max, okay? This is for people who do After Effects, Premiere, Final Cut Pro, multiple streams of 4K, just like this video. This is one stream of 4K, 2 streams of 4K right there. Even though this laptop can handle so much more than that, it's nice to have the headroom to do really creative stuff, a lot of animations, a lot of layers. So this is why I bought this one for myself. This is why I spent upwards of $5,000, because my whole business is revolved around this and the capability of this, but you don't necessarily need this. The 14-inch is the one that I am very interested in because it is really sleek, very slim, very powerful. Also can be configured up to an M1 Max, although it's not going to perform as well because of some thermal limitations. The 16-inch has something called high performance mode, which I've yet to explore, but this laptop is really, really nice. I'm considering keeping this as sort of an on-the-go laptop just because I'm a tech snob, although I'd recommend the M1 MacBook Air over this just for that. But if you want to spend the extra money and you want the 120 hertz and the gorgeous, gorgeous display here, and just this whole fit and finish, then by all means buy a 8-core, 14-core GPU one. That should be just fine. But yeah, these are these laptops. Let me just push the brightness up all the way here. I think they are all the way up. Just, I mean, it looks like, these look like concepts. These look like concept renders. I know I'm rambling. I know I'm all scrambled up, but like, I think it's due in part to these laptops looking so damn good. Like, this is everything we wanted, honestly. The notch, again, it's interesting, but it does make more sense because as you can see here, it sort of runs along the menu bars here. So it does make some sense. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna open up a photo booth here just so we can see how much better the camera is, because I have not seen a really great camera on a MacBook yet. Yeah, I can already tell. I can already tell it's better. Video chat is getting, or just using a front-facing camera is getting more and more common with remote work, so this is important. I can take 2 little photo booth pictures here with me in the corner. Stared right smack down the middle there. And yeah, if I can zoom in, I'll actually drag this to my desktop here on my 14-inch, because the cameras are the same. Yeah, much better than the potato quality ones you would get with, oh wow. 120 hertz is popping off, guys. Like, damn, like it's just whizzing by here. Weird to see it on a Mac for sure, but it's definitely welcome, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that on like an iMac or something else. I'm probably gonna buy an iMac, especially if it does have a sort of Pro Display XDR type display, which makes me worried as to why I ended up getting this, but believe me when I say that I've been really needing a high performing MacBook Pro. I've been currently using the M1 MacBook Pro 13-inch with 16 gigs of RAM, which has been really, really great, but I have yet to see how that stacks up to this, and even this. The 14-inch with the M1 Pro should be very good as well. It has more GPU cores, in this case, double the GPU cores found in the M1 MacBook Pro with 8 GPU cores. So I have a lot to cover, guys. This has been a very fun unboxing video here. I will wrap things up here by just looking at these laptops, sort of just looking at the thickness, you know, just to sort of go in theme with the video here. Yeah, these look so nice. I mean, so nice. Apple, well done. I can't say you do everything perfectly. If I did, I'd be a fanboy. And even though I buy all your products, I wouldn't call myself a fanboy. I would call myself, you know, an enthusiast, an Apple enthusiast, let's just say. I mean, my channel is basically centered around Apple products, but I love them, and I love when Apple gets stuff right. We have the SD card reader. Oh, honestly, I hate dongles. I hate using dongles. I've been doing it for years, and mwah, just beautiful. Like, thank you so much for bringing the SD card back. I kind of say that sarcastically, you know, because like Apple acted like they like resurrected the dead, and they did, but like it was sort of like a thanks, I guess, but it's so welcome. And then we got MagSafe here as well happening. Just so nice. I'm so happy to have more than 2 ports as well. So I have a lot to cover. Them boys thick in the best way possible. Yeah, like these are just no words. I am so excited to cover these. And look out for a lot of other great coverage coming from the likes of Canoopsy, Luke Miani, and others who have bought these Macs out of pocket because they love them and because they want to cover them for you. So, you know, this is part of the job. This is part of the why. This is part of the reason why I, you know, suffered to get these. Not that, you know, I'm in an unfortunate situation. I love doing what I do, even though sometimes it does require me to stay up until the early hours and pull all-nighters and cry and stress, but it's all worth it because of this. honestly, these are the most exciting tech products I have laid my hands on in a hot minute, probably since the 2018 iPad Pro. So get excited. I am so excited to cover these for you guys. I have 2 other models that I'm going to be testing out as well. And I'm probably gonna be keeping both of these long term to see how they perform, because they're very distinct. You know, I know some people like the M1 Max and the 14-inch, but I don't think that that's the ideal setup unless you really want something that's sort of portable. So yeah, I'm gonna be covering the sort of heavy duty 16-inch here, whether it just has 32 gigs of RAM, or 64 with the M1 Max, and the lower end-ish M1 Pro variants of the 14-inch, 8-core and 10-core. So stay tuned for that. Check out my link to, what was the sponsor? Roborock in the video description. They make great vacuums, by the way, here. Definitely recommend them. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.